Let's do some movies and money now with film critic Erik Childress. Erik, how were the opening numbers for Dungeons and Dragons?
38 million. That's what Dungeons and Dragons made over the weekend. On one hand, this is more than the entire worldwide gross of the attempt at this franchise back in 2000. On the other hand, a global start of 71.5 million is not promising for Paramount in hoping to continue with this new one. Not to say the movie is not well liked. Audience response seems to be solid, and critics have even given it a 91% at Rotten Tomatoes. I'm in that 9% group. Merely outgrossing Shazam is not going to help the film. It has to outgross it by about 300 million going forward, and anytime your international gross comes in lighter than your domestic gross on opening weekend, there may not be enough word of mouth in the world to break even.
A couple of films debut this weekend at the theater. Let's start with that family-friendly film, The Super Mario Brothers. Here's a quick clip.
We will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
Bowser is coming.
I'm not afraid. I'll do anything for my brother.
We're going to save him.
Yes! Fire!
How do you think this movie will perform?
Very well, Angie. And they got a head start on the Easter weekend opening midweek yesterday. Now, Twitter was once afire with the casting of Chris Pratt as the voice of the video game and cartoon Mario, but theaters are likely to be ablaze in ticket sales since, as you hinted at, this is the first animated or even pure family release since Puss in Boots: The Last Wish back in December. Universal has simply been dominating this market since the end of 2021, which is hilarious in retrospect given how much criticism they received from theaters, particularly AMC, at the start of the pandemic for taking Trolls World Tour and making it available for streaming while everyone quarantined. Now, despite a few hybrid releases after that, they have since released Sing 2, which grossed over 162 million, The Bad Guys, which was a solid word-of-mouth hit last April, Minions: The Rise of Gru, which made over $939 million worldwide, and then Puss in Boots, which grossed nearly $500 million. Now, all those hits combined with Disney releases like Lightyear and Strange World bombing and Warner Brothers' DC League of Super Pets not reaching 100 million either, Universal is dominating the theatrical family market right now, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie is likely to be another big hit for them.
Amazon is banking on that dynamic duo of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon to re-energize the company's theatrical strategy. The film coming out this weekend is called Air. It's a story of a shoe salesman and his attempt to lace up a deal between Michael Jordan and Nike. Here's a look.
People don't know what the hell a Nike is.
What's a Converse?
NBA All-Star shoe.
There's nothing cool about Nike.
You would have to have a pretty compelling pitch.
I can tell them the one thing the other companies can't compete with. Our basketball division is terrible.
I do not love it.
What's the buzz on Air?
Well, it appears critics are right back on board with Ben Affleck's latest directorial effort. It tells a story of how Nike courted Michael Jordan to craft a shoe line around him before even setting a single foot on the NBA court. Gone Baby Gone, The Town, and Argo have all registered over 90% with critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and Air is currently doing the same. Amazon is certainly hoping that this release, which could have been launched exclusively as a streaming release, will spark what has been a pretty lackluster and recently dormant track record for them in theaters. They were certainly making deals for films from other studios during the pandemic, but haven't had a full theatrical release themselves since 2019. And the highest grossing film they had to date was 2019's Late Night, which was one of their many pickups from Sundance. It grossed just over 15 million, and that is the floor Air is hoping to hit, though it is certainly hoping to reach a higher ceiling and lay the groundwork for a future with more filmmakers.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Thank you so much, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.